Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Saturday night live stream, live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about the news, we'll talk about altcoins. I'm going to be moving some crypto around for you guys. Also, as a special treat, I'm going to show you the little gift bag that I got at the Ledger Open conference in New York this week. So let's get this thing going. All right, so welcome everybody. I'm here again with the rig and my new microphone boom, which is kind of in the way of the rig. But I'm glad to be here. Thanks for everybody joining me tonight. I think we'll do something a little different. I'll start with what I got at Ledger. Just before I forget, I know a lot of you want to hear the news, but I won't take too long doing this. So I went to the Ledger Open conference in New York. I got this nifty little tote bag. I don't know that everyone that went in there got this. In fact, I'm sure of it because I was going through my bag and someone was in there and looked over and said, "Hey, where'd you get that?" So I think they just gave it to the people they invited. So I got the tote bag and then I got this shirt, which I hadn't opened yet. So let's see what it says. I can sort of see that it says Ledger on it. So that's it. Well, that's pretty cool. Ledger with two little hands. And then in the back here, I'm not sure what this is. Wow. Okay. Actually, I believe that's one of the influencers that they talked about a little bit. He's some NFT thing he was doing. I'm not that crazy about that. It's a very suggestive name. But anyway, I'm sure you guys have heard of him. I'm just an old fart, right? This kind of cool sticker. This is pretty cool. I don't know if you want to stick this on your, I don't know, your computer or whatever. Let's see. We got the nice Swiss pen, which is pretty cool. What is this? Swiss Force, I guess. So I like this. This is pretty cool. Of course, I'm going to get it into focus here for you. There you go. Ledger Enterprise Solutions. Pretty nice little pen. All right. Let's see. What else? Okay. And then a Ledger pin, which is pretty cool. Like you can put it on your lapel or whatever. I like that. Actually like that. And then while I was there, I just could not resist buying another Ledger Nano X. It is a limited edition. That was kind of all they really had to... I'm moving this. That's really all they had to do to get me to buy it, was tell me it was a limited edition. They had some other ones there that were just plain old Ledger Nano X's. But yeah, this is it. Let's see here. Yeah, that's kind of cool, huh? Let's get this in a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I like this. This is pretty cool. But there's nothing special about it besides the design. But they were mentioning to me that the button, like the color of the button, is not easy to do. I guess the fact that they have these, you know, this is a functional button. It actually works. And, you know, they got the black button over here. One of the guys from Ledger mentioned something about they were trying to go to a clear button on this side so that they would have more options, you know, as far as like special designs or anything or something of that nature. Yeah, so I bought this, a brand new Ledger. I'm always like needing a new Ledger. You know, I'm always like, oh, maybe I should do a new Ledger or a new config on a different Ledger, and I'm out, right? I've given all the Ledgers that I had away and assigned them to my family. My wife has a Ledger, my daughter has a Ledger, my son has a Ledger. I gave one to my dad. Actually, I've got a couple of old ones in here too. Yeah, this is my older Ledger Nano X, which I could reconfigure if I wanted to. And my go-to. And of course, I've got a Ledger Nano S Plus. I only have one of those. And then this is a commemorative one, which I was told not to show. They were like, don't show it to people or everybody's going to want one. That's what they told me. This one's Crypto.com, which is pretty cool. One of their commemorative ones that they gave me. I asked them if I could have one because they were giving a limited amount away. And I got, other wallets all over the place. So, yeah, got lots of crypto laying around. A lot of empty wallets, too. All right, so let's get into the real deal here. Let's go back over... Where are we going to go? This one? This one looks good. Yeah. So I want to thank everybody for being here. Kenneth Wiedner was here early. Brandon was here early. Amsterdam Holland. Barbara Kay is here. She says she really likes the new colors I'm using. I would assume she means like the... I'm doing new... thumbnails, right? I was told that thumbnails are very important, and before I did these, I was always doing them like this, which was kind of generic, and so I don't understand. I just don't understand why OBS keeps disconnecting. I mean, I'm looking right at it, and it says that it's green, and it's right at 45 kilobytes per second, exactly what every help page I've gone to tells me is the streaming speed that I'm supposed to be using. I was using a much higher stream rate before. I was using like 10,000 kilobits per second, and I used it for years, and it never gave me any trouble at all. And then a few months back, I just started disconnecting and reconnecting and disconnecting and reconnecting, and it was so embarrassing. And so I did my research, and I was told that I should lower my stream rate down to 45 kbs, 4,500 kbs, which I did, and it seemed to be fine, but I'm still getting this. So I really don't know what to do. I'm at my wit's end. It's not like I've just started streaming. I've been doing this for like 4 years. Anyway, enough about me. But thank you for the compliment, Barbara, on my colors. Yeah, because I was told that, yeah, you got to use colors. So and thumbnails. And I looked at some other YouTubers and looked at their thumbnails and, kind of went from there. So that's it. Okay, so Jacqueline is here. Thank you, Jacqueline Briggs. JDO is here. Hello. Good to see you, JDO. JDO gave me some suggestions earlier about what we would talk about. We'll mess around with Coinbase a little bit. Coinbase Pro is being phased out, but we'll talk about that in the news. Speaking of the news, let's go ahead and jump in. But before that, if you look down in the description, you'll see a list of things we're going to talk about tonight, some coins that I bought this week, and all of my affiliate links. Use them if you're interested in any of these services or products. It helps me, helps the channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay. That's done, out of the way. Let's go over to Market Wrap. All right, so we got Market Wrap from GBTC discount to short Bitcoin ETF. Traders see reasons for optimism. So yeah, we're getting this. And I was looking at the financial news too, and I guess Goldman Sachs or one of the big banks is predicting a slight bump in the stock market. We had a bump on Friday in the stock market, and I talk about the stock market because now it seems that the fate of the crypto market is intertwined with the broader markets as well. So I saw an article saying that traders are now expecting there to be an upswing over the next few weeks, months, based on the fact that now all the odds are that the Fed will stop raising rates at the end of the year, and that then they will slowly start to lower rates in 2023. That's just a prediction, right? As far as we know, they're still raising rates, right? And they will continue to raise them this year, right? And then, but the general consensus is that they're going to stop at the end of this year and start lowering them to keep things in balance, right? Because you can raise rates only so long before you bring on a recession. That's the general consensus, right? You keep raising rates, you're going to affect the economy to the point where there'll be a recession. People will start losing jobs. GDP will go down, all that stuff, right? But they may have to stop raising rates this year for all we know, right? Things change, right? But that's the consensus. So the fact, even though they're still raising rates, right? And even though we're heading into a recession, good news is bad news. And so the markets are like in a relief rally based on the fact that if anything, there is, at this point, supposedly there's no more uncertainty, right? No one's betting whether they will or won't anymore, right? There's a consensus that they'll stop raising rates this year and start lowering them next year. Could happen sooner, right? If it happens sooner, we'll really see a push. But I still believe that the things are not looking great. We've got rampant inflation. The rates that keep going up are causing problems in the housing market. I think it's foolhardy to just simply assume that since we know at some point they'll stop raising rates that everything is hunky dory. It's really not. So I would love to see the market go up, and I would love to see the crypto market go up based on its own fundamentals. There's a lot of good news coming out of crypto and that sort of thing. But I don't personally, I can't just throw all my cares to the wind at this point. I still fear downside, right? That's just me, right? Anyway, this is the state of the crypto markets, right? Bitcoin is still over 2,100. I put the title of this live stream up this morning or last night and said that Bitcoin was over 2,100. And last night when I went to bed, and then this morning when I woke up, and all through the day, I was like, gee, I hope Bitcoin stays over 21 so I won't have to change my title. But yeah, let's say according to crypto.com at the moment, I still need to connect this phone. Give me 1 second and we'll see if it's going to work. It would be a miracle if it works on the first try. This is my phone sharing software, X Mirage, which I really like. Doesn't look like it's going to connect, but that's okay. We can troubleshoot. I'll talk about this article a little bit. Yeah, it's not going to connect. This weekend could be another testing period for the cryptocurrency, right? So as we're heading into the weekend, this is Saturday. It's Saturday night, and Bitcoin has gone back up a bit, right? It was flirting with dropping below 2,100, and now apparently it's about 21.5. So we'll check that real quick here in just a second. I'm going to get this phone thing to mount on my screen so you guys can see. Okay, so despite the continuing shakeout in the crypto, there it is. Okay, thanks for joining us, phone. It's nice to have you here. Yeah, here we go. 21,599. You see that little thing going up? I like to check crypto.com. It's a very current and what I feel very accurate reading of the current state of the price of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano. You can put any of your favorites there at the top. The default is Bitcoin and Ethereum. But as you can see, I've added Cardano and PancakeSwap, which are not up at the moment. But Bitcoin and Ethereum being up is a good sign. The rest of the altcoins usually follow. So looks like we're in pretty good shape here mid-weekend, right? We could see a downside tomorrow or tomorrow night. or early Monday morning. You never know. But as it stands right now, the upswing is holding, right? Bitcoin is holding above 21,000. So at least that's something, right? So let's see. These indicators of the upswing are a narrowing in the so-called grayscale discount. In a perverse twist of logic, data showing stock investors piling into an exchange-traded fund designed to profit from further declines in the price of Bitcoin. There are people in the stock market betting on Bitcoin going down, and by some twisted logic, that's a good sign, or whatever that means. The quote-unquote relief rally that we've seen in the last 24 hours, I think, is largely stemming from the retail side of things. Blah, 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 blah. Traditional markets rallied, which I mentioned earlier. Traders, seen by traders as a reason to worry less that those expectations might become a self-fulfilling prophecy. The grayscale discount is narrowing, possibly a sign of optimism on the part of some traders as the deadline approaches for the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission to rule on a proposal to convert the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, the world's largest cryptocurrency fund, into an exchange-traded fund. If that were to happen, that would be great news for Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrency market. A way for institutional investors to invest directly in Bitcoin. An exchange-traded fund is a fund that actually holds Bitcoin, and the price of the fund is based on the price of Bitcoin. It's one of the most direct, indirect ways you can own Bitcoin, right? Without actually buying and holding Bitcoin, right? You invest in a exchange-traded fund. And as you know, the SEC has vetoed exchange-traded funds in Bitcoin since 2017. So I don't know that they're going to change their tune this time or not. I believe if they were, there would be more indicators that they are going to. I don't think it's going to be a shock when it happens. So I don't have high hopes for them approving the Grayscale ETF. Most likely what they'll do is announce they're going to delay their decision by a few more months. That's most likely. That's usually what they do. So we'll see, right? Anyway, we'll see what happens on that. But this is an interesting story. Goldman Sachs, leading investor group to buy Celsius assets, sources, right? They're seeking to... They're seeking $2 billion in commitments from investors to buy distressed assets at steep discounts if the crypto lender goes bankrupt. They have not gone bankrupt yet, but Goldman Sachs is ready to pounce as soon as they do. And I'm not sure what distressed assets means for a company like Celsius. I know they hold a bunch of crypto. I mean, is it possible that if they go bankrupt that Goldman Sachs can come in and just buy up all their crypto holdings? It seems weird. And how will this affect the people that have deposited crypto into Celsius, right? Can Goldman Sachs just come in and scoop up all their crypto simply because Celsius has gone bankrupt because they lent out too much money? I don't know. There's a lot of ifs there. This article is basically just talking about the fact that Goldman is trying to position themselves to come in and buy these troubled assets. They don't mention anything about how this will affect any Celsius holders. But why, Goldman Sachs is huge. So why would they even be interested in crypto assets? Kind of shows you that they care about crypto in their own perverse way, right? They want to grab it while, they'll come in and scoop it up, right? Just like housing, right? People get evicted from their houses, banks foreclose on mortgages, and then big companies like Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, Citadel come in and buy all of these properties at, discounts, right? in the housing market. So they're trying to pull the same trick in the crypto market, right? But I don't know. People that invested their crypto in Celsius aren't going to take too kindly to Goldman like buying their crypto, I would think. I don't know. I'm not a financial expert. I'm just a dude that knows about crypto. All right, let's check this story here. JDO and I were talking about it earlier. Coinbase is phasing out Coinbase Pro. We kind of suspected this. I suspected it when someone asked me about the trading feature in Coinbase. And also when you go into Coinbase Pro, they keep sending this pop-up telling you that you can trade over on Coinbase. For those of you who are not aware, there are two versions of Coinbase. There is Coinbase proper, which is designed more for beginners, and then there is a separate service called Coinbase Pro, which is more geared towards experienced traders. You can log into either one of them if you have an account with Coinbase, right? You use the same credentials to log into either account, but they are kept separate, right? So money that you deposit in Coinbase does not show up in Coinbase Pro unless you explicitly transfer it, and vice versa, right? You can transfer assets between the two services. And it is kind of weird that they had this discombobulation between their service. Same company, two different websites, two different services. So now I guess they've decided that they'll add advanced trading tools to the Coinbase side, and then they'll phase out Coinbase Pro, and people will just go to Coinbase now to do everything. Buy crypto easy and or trade with experienced tools, right? It's all going to be within Coinbase from now on, right? I think I pretty much explained what we're talking about. You can read this article. I've linked them all down below, right? Another thing here, Crypto.com is now accepting Apple Pay. I got a pop-up this morning when I opened up my Crypto.com app, and they said that you can use Apple Pay to make purchases. I played around with it a little bit, and I forgot to do one thing before we got started. But I'll still go ahead. I was going to add a second credit card to my Apple Pay, but we can still. I'll go ahead and try it with what we got, and try not to reveal too much personal information. Let me see if this. Okay, yeah, it only shows the last four. All right. So anyway, we'll try that tonight, right? It's one of the pay options. They give you some instructions on how you do it. Curiously enough, I tried it with a smaller crypto and did not give me the Apple Pay. But when I attempted to purchase Bitcoin, I did get the Apple Pay option. So maybe it only works on certain mainstream cryptos. We'll see. We'll play around with it tonight, right? That's cool news. And then I got another article about the power consumption of Bitcoin. It went down. The Bitcoin network recorded the year 2022's lowest power demand of 10.65 gigawatts at its peak. The BTC network demanded 16.09 gigawatts of power. Now, I don't know if this is a monthly reading or a year-to-date reading or a weekly reading. I don't know. Let's see. The overall power consumption of the BTC network recorded a drastic drop after mimicking the 2-week-long fall in the mining hash rate, which reduced the computing power for mining BTC blocks to 19.225 exahash per second. According to the data shared by Cambridge Center for Alternative Finance, the Bitcoin network recorded the year's 2022 lowest power demand. Okay, we said that. So what is this? Thursday, June 23rd. Okay. So I'm still not clear if they're talking about that Bitcoin uses now uses 10 gigawatts, what, every day, every week, every month? I'm still not clear. And this graph isn't really helping. Well, okay, there. You can see the little, if we look at the graph, you can see this drop. I guess this is the drop they're talking about. And this is in 2022. So, and this is January of 2022, and this must be the present. So that would mean that it's around a weekly or monthly reading. So, we talk a lot about Bitcoin and the network and how it works. And my friend Aaron had said something about what happens when the price of Bitcoin goes down and miners mining Bitcoin is not profitable or as profitable, and then miners start turning off their rigs. What happens? Isn't that bad for Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin was designed to take that sort of thing into effect. Over the years, as Bitcoin goes down in price, miners tend to stop mining because it's less profitable. And so there are less miners, and then the difficulty rate of Bitcoin goes down, and the network adjusts to it. And then when the price goes up and more people start mining Bitcoin, the difficulty rate goes up higher. All right. And then, the power requirements of Bitcoin also go up and down based on the hash rate. Right. So a lot of people predicted Bitcoin was going to die back in 2017 and 2018 during crypto winter when the price of Bitcoin kept going down. And I read all these articles about these financial bigwigs that were saying Bitcoin was going to die because it was not profitable. There were a lot of articles about that Bitcoin had to be at $10,000 for mining to be profitable. That was their determination. And so they said, when Bitcoin goes below 10,000, miners, it won't be profitable to mine, so everybody will stop mining and the Bitcoin network will die. Well, it didn't happen. That's not what happened. The less people were mining, the difficulty went down, but Bitcoin did not die. It adjusted to the conditions, right? Now, interestingly enough, we've talked a lot about the power requirements of Bitcoin and whether or not it's green. Here is a June CoinTelegraph report highlighted how the banking sector utilizes 56 times more energy than the Bitcoin ecosystem, right? So I know it's kind of a weird argument, but people say that Bitcoin isn't green, but they would say, well, neither is the banking system, right? The banking sector. And I guess that just includes banks, right? There's a lot more to the entire financial system, right? There's the U.S. Mint, there's the Federal Reserve, there's the banks, there's the trucks that carry cash, which would, I guess, be part of the banking system. Uses a lot more energy than Bitcoin, right? So anyway, we've talked over and over again about how Bitcoin is really not as bad for the environment as the Bitcoin bashers which would like you to think, right? No more than anything that uses electricity. Okay, I think I got through the news there. Did I even pop out chat? I probably didn't. What's wrong with me? Wait. It's over here, right? Let's pop it out so I can move it over to the other side, kind of keep what's going on. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, nothing is green. Thank you, JDO. That's right. I'm just going to scroll back up just a little bit. Mr. David is here. I think I welcomed JDO and Dan earlier. If I didn't, I'll welcome you now. Thank you, as always, for being here and running interference for me while I'm babbling on or trying to figure something out, and there are people asking real questions in the chat, and I'm not paying attention. I do my best. Okay, so let's see here. Mr. David is here again. That's good. He heard that the ISP can throttle me. I hope that's not what's going on. Now I don't see what, oh, it's doing this thing again. Oh, okay, there. It's back. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I can't. Now my windows are going weird. Anyway, hopefully we'll be okay with OBS Studio for the rest of the night. I apologize if it disconnects and reconnects. If Dan is mentioning that someone is predicting 28K to 32K, I heard that earlier as well. And then a drop down below 18K. Okay, well, that kind of makes sense. The Fed should continue letting assets roll off their balance sheet and be conservative with raising rates. Otherwise, they will likely see a reversal and recession. I agree. Buying Grayscale at a discount is positive for large investors who are buying lower than true BTC. That is correct, yeah. I guess I didn't make that clear. Maybe it's not clear in my head, but that's right. There's people that are investing in the Grayscale trust are getting Bitcoin at a discount. What do you think will happen next week with the Ethereum update? I think last week was a great opportunity to buy some ETH going below 1,000. I also bought a little bit of ETH myself because I needed some. I needed some because I wanted to buy some NFTs, and I needed a little extra ETH in my wallets to pay some fees, which just kind of goes to show you that ETH does things, right? Ethereum has a use case. You need it for fees in your wallets. It has a utilitarian value, right? So a lot of people will say, well, gold is valuable. You can hold it as a coin or whatever. And then other people will say things like it has industrial uses too, right? It's used in like circuits or whatever. I don't know. So it does have some real uses. So Ethereum is like that, right? So I have Ethereum that I'm hodling, if you want to call it that, hodling in a wallet protected by a passphrase, which means that I can't get to it easily. And that's kind of the way I want it, right? But I do need some Ethereum for my day-to-day uses. So I bought some this week. So that's a great argument for why it's important, why Ethereum is a good buy, It's useful, right? But I don't know what's going to happen next week. I really didn't do much research into it. I know that they've been working on this new upgrade, the switch over, the transition from proof of work to proof of stake. We shall see. Yeah. Bitcoin has more lives than my cat. Lucky. I like that, Grand Illusion. Thank you for being here. Birds, bees, and trees, thanks for being here. Can't wait for Pulse Chain. Yeah. Use cases, everything in crypto. Math doesn't lie. Good. All right. So we got through the news. Okay. It's 6:33. So we're in pretty good shape. Let's go over to see what we're going to do tonight. I reported on let's talk a little bit about what they talked about at Ledger Open. I have an email that was sent to me, which was a good rundown of what happened. Let me see if I can find it. It's in my personal email. Where is she? There. Milan from Ledger. Okay. So one thing that they mentioned was, and I don't see it here, was that by their measurements, I'm not sure how they measured it, by their measurements, 20% of crypto, digital assets, are being protected by a Ledger device, which is very impressive. Being there with them, of course, they were hyping everything up, and, they're all gung-ho behind their company and everything. But I do believe that self-custody is the future of crypto. It's the past, the present, and the future of crypto. And Ledger is in a great position to benefit from a Bitcoin and cryptocurrency adoption and self-custody, right? So a great company involved in a lot of great new things, right? We all know that they make the Ledger device, that we know that they have Ledger Live, for managing your cryptocurrency. But there's a lot more to the company than just the Ledger devices, right? But that's an impressive statistic that 20% of crypto is being secured by Ledger devices. Also, this other one that is here, 45% of top transactions on OpenSea are secured by Ledger. 40% of Bored Apes. Your NFTs are digital treasures. Make sure they are truly yours. So one of the big things that they talked about was okay, I guess this is it, Ledger Market. So basically, Ledger is trying to position themselves to have an app or service or website where people can trade NFTs, like OpenSea or Rarible, right? There'll be a specific Ledger Ledger service, website, whatever, where people can trade, securely trade their NFTs, right? And part of that is going to be secured by an extension called Ledger Connect. So Ledger Connect so Ledger Market is going to try to take the place of the traditional NFT trading platforms like OpenSea and Rarible, which is kind of a tall order, but that's, their plan. And then Ledger Connect is going to sort of take the place of third-party wallets like MetaMask and others, right? So, but Ledger Connect looks to me to be like a phone-based extension, right? It's a browser extension for your phone. The only time they showed it being used was with the phone in conjunction with the phone-based Ledger Live and a Bluetooth attached device. I would feel more comfortable if Ledger Connect were a browser-based, like a desktop browser-based extension that I could use with my device connected to my desktop computer. And that it may be that as well, but when I looked at what they were showing me, it didn't look like they were not showing any demos on a desktop-based system. So yeah, those two, Ledger Market and Ledger Connect, are going to be really big going forward. I'm not sure exactly when we'll have full access to them, but hopefully within the year. Ledger Quest is another thing they announced, a Web3 play-to-learn education platform, similar to something like, what are those coins? Let me just take a look here. Like Axie Infinity or Decentraland, where you're in the metaverse, you're on a web page, some kind of game. They did show a few demos of it, what it kind of looked like, and it was kind of like they showed, let me see if they show it here. Yeah. See, that's what it looks like. Let me just turn this off. So it was kind of like this. I can't make this big right now for some reason. Maybe I could over on YouTube. See if I can make it full.
Prepare yourself for this new world.
So you could see there's like these avatars running around, and you've got yourself, and then you're going to be fighting like these malware guys that are trying to, wreck your crypto holdings and that sort of thing. And so it's a combination of like a game interface and a tutorial or a quiz. Similar, I'm assuming, similar to their Ledger quiz. I mean, if you've ever set up a ledger before, at one point they give you a little quiz with multiple choice where they ask you questions like, when you sign a transaction, does your private key leave the device, and that kind of thing. So I would assuming that it's kind of a mixture of their quiz interface and like this gaming interface. Look kind of interesting. Yeah. Let's see, where were we? Okay. So that's Ledger Quest, Ledger Enterprise Create, which was more about supporting small Web3 companies. Ledger has some venture capital available. They've partnered with another big VC firm to provide funding to smaller Web3 based companies. So I think that's kind of what this is about. So it's good that they're in that space, right? It doesn't really affect me that much, but they're in that space. Ledger Academy Redesign, which is their tutorial-based web pages where you can educate yourself, take quizzes, learn, and that sort of thing. We'll see if this is going to come up at all. Okay, there it is. So this is Ledger Academy, where you can learn more about lots of different technologies. I should probably spend some more time over here. Pretty cool, right? So they've revamped and redesigned the Ledger Academy website. So that's pretty cool. And also big news, they're going to retire the Ledger Nano S. It really it's really not necessary anymore now that they have the Ledger Nano S Plus. That's only like $20 more. So they're going to sunset the Ledger Nano S, the original. And we all, gave a big, because that was like their go-to product since the beginning, and they're finally retiring it. And then I heard also that I think it was the last 10,000 Ledger Nano S's will come with a free NFT. I hope I'm saying that correctly. But they're going to try to clear out the last of their inventory by offering a little NFT bonus. So that's pretty much it. Okay, so Airborne Ranger. Any chance you could show me how to move my Harmony 1 to Ledger? It shows BNB is not a one network. Always good to be here watching you. How to move my Harmony 1 to Ledger. I actually did a video on that. It's a bit old, but let's see if we can find it here. This is pure Harmony 1, which has its own blockchain. And it only works on the Ledger Nano S. Now, I don't know that it would work on a Ledger Nano S Plus. But as far as I know, the Harmony app only works on Ledger Nano S at the moment, right? I don't know that, which always seemed weird to me. I mean, why didn't they add support? But it all depends on the Harmony developers, right? So this is a step-by-step video on how you get that set up. So basically, once you have downloaded or gone over to the Ledger Manager, installed the Harmony 1 app on your device, and then once you've connected your device and entered the Harmony 1 app, there is a Harmony website. Let me see if I can find it here. I used to have a link that was cryptocurrencies, but I don't see it anymore. Well, it's over here. Let's take a look at this. Yeah. All right. So this is the Harmony site, right? And basically, you can create a wallet. Let's see how you do it. I've already got one in here, I guess. I guess if you've never done it before, that it might lets you start. Let's try it over in Chrome and see what happens, right? Okay, right. So you would sign in, right? And then from here, you, instead of creating a new one, you would create an existing address, right? And you could use your Ledger Nano, right? And then there's some other options here as well. But your question was, how do I put Ledger Harmony One on a Ledger? So, and like I said, it has to be a Ledger Nano S, unless they've updated it, but I don't think they have. And so you plug in your Ledger, and then you get yourself signed in, and then you would have a wallet, right? And then you could transfer funds. And let's see. Well, the address is up here, right? You could click and copy that address, and then go over to wherever you bought your Harmony One. Like, for example, you can buy Harmony One on, you can buy Harmony One on Binance US. You can probably buy it on KuCoin too. Let's get logged in here. Whoops. Oh. I had to reboot my computer because before the live stream, because my key lights weren't working. So I'll just give myself a little. Actually, I have my Harmony One here, as a matter of fact, which has lost a lot of value. All right, so if you had Harmony One on an exchange, you would do a withdrawal, right? And you would use the address of your Ledger, right? Once you sign in and connect your Ledger, you'll see this interface. You can even click here to verify it, right? So you would click on that, and it would show you the address on your Ledger to confirm that you've got the Ledger connected. And then you would paste in the address over here, right? And then boom, you could withdraw it over to your Harmony One based wallet. The only problem that I had with this was that I had my Harmony One on my Ledger, safe and secure, like, you know, like everyone would want. And then I was staking it as well. And then at one point, I tried to unstake it, and I was having technical issues. They were, you know, upgrading or bug fixing or whatever the heck they were doing. I was not impressed with the performance of this site and this wallet, and I got scared. I was like, well, what if I want this access to this crypto and their like wallet is not working right? So as soon as I was able to overcome whatever that issue was, I don't remember what it was exactly. I just remember I was like, screw this. I'm not happy with this site. It's like I wasn't able to deallocate or unstake or something. I forget what it was. But anyway, so I moved all my Harmony One off of this, and it's sitting over here in Binance US, and it's been here for a while, right? And it has lost a ton of value. I don't know what Harmony One was, but when I moved it over there, it was like $3,000 worth of Harmony One, and now it's like about $300. Although I know I sold some of it, right? Let's take a look at Harmony One. 1 year. Yeah, not looking good, right? So we were at what, 35 cents at one point, and now it's like 2 cents. Yeah. So yeah, that would be how you would store your Harmony One on a Ledger device. But like I said, I wasn't that happy with their interface. The fact that they don't have an app that's compatible with the Ledger Nano X is kind of revealing that they're really not that competent, if I may be so bold, right? So the Ledger is a great device for storing cryptocurrency, but if the app is not written well, then you could have problems, right? So I wasn't real happy with the performance of this Harmony wallet and its associated app, and so I withdrew my crypto back to an exchange. I feel safer with my Harmony in Binance US than over here. And that crypto has been in my Binance US account for like 6 months. For well, maybe 5 months, whatever. It's been there for a while now. So there. What wallet do I put Harmony 1 in if I have Ledger Nano X? You don't. Well, I mean, you could use a different wallet, right? We looked at that, yeah, but it just Ledger based. If you have an X, then you can't store Harmony 1 in it. That's just how it works. You could use MetaMask, you could use Math Wallet, but you can't use a Ledger device unless you have a Ledger Nano S. It does not work with the Ledger Nano X. Kind of shows you something, doesn't it? Red flag. Okay. Thanks, guys. Okay, so I wanted to... okay. All right, so I talked to someone, which I've lost. Let me see. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay, I lost it. I didn't want to reveal her identity, so I'm going to put this over here for just a second. And go down, see if I can find her email. Okay, this is it. So I'm just going to move it up so you can't see her email address. Right? And I just want, I got to move this here. Okay. So she says, She says, okay, I get a message telling me that I need to update my Ledger Live software. And then I try to do it, and it tells me that it can't error during update. Please try again, right? And so she tried again, and it didn't work. So I've told you guys this many times. All you got to do is quit Ledger Live, go over to the Ledger website, download the latest version of Ledger Live, and run the installer. After you run the installer, you can reopen Ledger Live, and it will be updated to the latest version, right? That inline process does not always work properly. You know, it's tech. So the workaround is to simply quit Ledger Live, go download Ledger Live from their website, and run the installer, and you're good. Well, bless her heart, she kind of overthought this or over-researched it. So basically, she started running around and looking on Reddit and this and that, and there was this discrepancy with their verifiers, right? And I'll explain what that is. So if you want to go download Ledger Live, and you go over here to download the app, and then you go over here to desktop, and you download the Windows app. It's gonna drop it in your downloads folder. Right, and there it is, Ledger Live Desktop 2.43.1. Drop it in there and run the installer, right? But she was told, or somehow she saw on Reddit, that there are the verification. Verify the latest desktop Ledger Live release in binary here. So you click here, and the verification checksum is for Ledger 2.42, and the latest version is get it over here. 2.43.1. And so she was like flabbergasted. Well, now what do I do? And I wanted to, basically don't overthink it. It's not that big a deal if you can't run the verification tools. They're fine and everything, but I don't think it's really that necessary to run the verification tools on the Ledger Live download page, right? Hardly anybody does that. You do it like on small software or like security-based software or Tor or something like that, where, you're really in a security-minded mode. But most of the time when you download software, you just go to their website, find the installer, download it, and run it. I mean, it's not rocket science, right? So basically all she really needed to do was just download Ledger Live. But I wanted to point that out, that I know some people just they go down the rabbit hole. They're unsure of what they're doing. They're unsure of themselves, but their heart and their brain are in the right place by trying to do research, but they get all bogged down in stuff like this, where, they're, getting advice from so many people, and then there's this glitch, and now what am I going to do, and blah blah blah. When really the simple path would just download the installer and run it. You don't need to dive down the rabbit hole for everything, right? And I might want to, I'd like to point that out, that there are times where I have a technical question or an issue. I'm getting a weird error message or something, and I'm trying to figure out what's going wrong. And you'll search your problem, and you'll find all kinds of forums and Reddit posts and all kinds of stuff where people are telling you, oh, you have to go into the Windows registry and you have to alter this and you alter that. I always tell myself, it can't be that complicated. It's got to be something simple. Look for the simple solution. And then and if I keep looking, I'll finally find one where they'll go, oh yeah, you have to click this button, not that button, or something. I mean, I'm just giving you a very crude example, but don't always look for the most complicated solution. Most of the time, the answer to your problem is very simple. It's just, you're like this close, and there's just one little thing that you overlooked or didn't do right or something, or just a tiny little glitch, and restart. Please restart. I mean, I know that's it's like a nerd thing now, did you try to restart? But I swear to God, there are people that sit there and bang their head against the wall for hours trying to get something to work without even trying to do a restart. That's my first thing. If anything is going glitchy on my computer, the first thing I do is restart my computer. I know it sounds trite, but it's true. Please, before you spend hours banging your head against the wall, just do a quick restart, or disconnect, reconnect your device and try again. Anyway, most of the time, the solutions to your problem are fairly simple, right? And then the same goes with firmware. I get people that just get petrified with the firmware update. They're afraid to do the firmware update. It's a little distressing, right? Because you're dealing with something that is holding a lot of money, a value for you. But I mean, you can shoot your ledger with a gun, and all you have to do is get another one and restore it. So you're never going to lose your crypto by running the firmware update. If the firmware update glitches out, worst case scenario, you restore to a different device. So I know people just get petrified that all their crypto is gonna disappear because they're running the firmware update. Whoops. don't get all freaked out about your firmware update. All right, so let's, when we launch Ledger Live, the first thing we'll want to do is check to see that we're running the latest version of the software, which we are. If we're not, it's going to give us a banner at the top that says update your Ledger Live, right? If you don't see that, you can go over to the About and see what version you're running, 2.43.1, and then go over to Ledger Live and download the latest version, right? And we already did that, and we know that the latest version is 2.43.1, right? The installer gives you the version number on there. So I can eyeball it and tell myself, okay, I'm running the latest version, right? Make sure you're running the latest version, and then go over to Manager, connect your device, and make sure you're running the latest firmware and all of your apps are up to date. Right, so let's do this. And you've heard, I'm the guys, my regular viewers have heard me go over this stuff a million times. I'm sure you're getting like tired of it. Right, here's Allow Ledger Manager. We'll hit both buttons. Right, we go in there and we just double check to make sure, and whenever the firmware update, and there was a firmware update not long ago, like last week or the week before. Every time I see it, I think to myself, I should do a video on this, or I should wait till the live stream so I can show them how it works. But it's not that difficult. It's a little bit nerve-wracking. But basically what happens when you update the firmware is you'll confirm it on your device, and then it'll ask you to enter your PIN. You enter your PIN again, and then it finishes. Like in the old days, you had to disconnect and reconnect and hold the button down while you were connecting and do all sorts of weird stuff. You don't have to do any of that kind of stuff anymore. The only thing you have to do is re-enter your PIN, maybe once or twice. I don't remember now. I think it's just once, but it could be twice. And that's it. And you're done. And it's updated, right? It'll wipe all your apps off, but then it'll reinstall them all when you're done. It didn't used to do that. It used to leave your device blank, and it was up to you to reinstall all of your apps. But now it even reinstalls the apps for you. So there's no reason to be afraid of the firmware update. Make sure your firmware is up to date, and then if you need apps updated, it'll show you over here. It'll say apps need updating, and there's a little update all button over there. And then you're good to go, right? Ledger now supports, Ledger Live now supports NFTs. We talked a little bit about Ledger Market and Ledger Connect earlier. And they have what's called clear signing technology. And basically depending on what you're doing with your device, if you're using DApps or you're on DeFi websites, or you're on NFT trading sites like Rarible and OpenSea, I believe you have to enable blind signing to make those work when you're doing purchases, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not a big trader on NFT, but I think you do. And so what Ledger is trying to do is stop people from using blind signing by replacing replacing these interfaces with clear signing, so that you won't have to use blind signing when you're making NFT trades, because they are smart contracts, right? So, but as it stands, you need to have blind signing in order to do these things. So Ledger as a company is trying to transition over by providing their own tools and their own apps or extensions, browser extensions for doing these transactions that don't involve blind signing, right? They say, well, somebody said something really funny. He says, blind signing is the unsafe sex of the crypto world. It's just not secure, and people should not be using blind signing to buy hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of NFTs. It's not safe. But because of the way these sites are designed, it has to be enabled in order for the transaction to go through. So Ledger is trying to remedy that by bringing their own tools to market so that you won't, they have this clear signing where you can purchase an NFT without enabling blind signing. So anyway, I kind of wanted to show you, I bought a couple of NFTs the other day, and I wanted to show you how they show up here. Actually, this, I think I bought some in this other. Nope, not this one. Let's go back here. I'm sure it was this one. Oh, it says 2. Okay, so there's 2 in there. And they're not showing up properly. I guess it's not a very good demo, right? Yeah, I don't know why. Sometimes it shows up right and sometimes it doesn't, right? So if we look on, what are we doing here? Whoops. Why is it doing that? That's weird. Okay. All right, so let's, wow, okay. Let's go over here to, okay, I thought I had it on here, but I guess I don't. Rarible. Okay. Okay, so it wants me to connect my wallet, right? All right, now I need to, I need to be in the Ethereum app to do this. If I can find it, there it is. All right, we hit both buttons. We're in the Ethereum app, and then we can connect our wallet. And I'm going to use MetaMask, right? So Ledger Connect would replace MetaMask in this instance, right? Now I don't know what's going on. It never works when I have company. Oh, it's not. It didn't ask me to sign the transaction. Let me see. Oh, I know what it is. MetaMask. I haven't signed into MetaMask yet. So. Yeah, for all this to work, MetaMask has to be open, right? It can't just like sign you into MetaMask. Okay, so that's working. Let's do this again. All right, let's try again. And this time MetaMask should pop up. Shouldn't it? Is it just me? Okay, let's try this again. Good heavens. All right. Wow. Okay, so let's go here. Let's try this again. All right. Oops. This mic is just will be the bane of my existence. Okay. So let's connect our wallet. Let's try again. MetaMask. MetaMask should pop up and ask me to verify this, but it's not doing it for some bizarre reason. It might have something to do with this thing. I'm gonna remove it. Sometimes new. See, it was. All right, so there's MetaMask. I got to sign it, right? And then I have to approve on my device. There it is. All right, now I can go to my profile. And now you can see those NFTs. There they are. All right, so those are the NFTs I bought. these Dazukis, right? The ones that were not showing up over here, 7827 and 1050. Why they're not showing up properly in Ledger Live, I do not know, because they were before, or at least one of them was. But I can see them over here, right? And notice what happened there. It was not doing what I knew it was supposed to be doing, right? I knew that MetaMask should have popped up and asked me to confirm, and it wasn't doing that. But I have experience that in the past, I've had problems with web extensions that are like third-party wallets that conflicted with each other. And I had just recently put that one in there. I forgot what it was now. I have to review I was going to show that to you guys. But it was interfering with MetaMask, right? Sometimes when you have more than one third-party wallet as an extension, both wallets try to work, and then neither of them works. So as soon as I deleted that offending extension, my MetaMask worked properly. So that's a little troubleshooting on my part. So unfortunately, I've been getting fake NFTs sent to me as airdrops, right? These two on Polygon, and that's how I discovered these Dazukis. But basically, if you go here and you look, I don't think it's this. Let's see if I can find it here. See, I'm not going to be able to find this right now. Here, the address. The true Dazuki is contract address 24323. It took me a long time to figure this out because I was just going nuts. They were sending me NFU. Whoops. And if you click here, you'll see that the Dazuki is on Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, and Polygon, but they're all the same contract address. They should end in 24323. Right? That's what it should look like, 34323. And there aren't that many on the Polygon network. But the Polygon ones that were sent to me on my Polygon are not correct. Whoops. If I can go back here. That one's real. This one is not. This one on Polygon. If you look, it's got a lot of verbiage. Makes me think it's real. But I forgot where that was. Where was that when it showed me? Oh, it should be. No, I lost it. It's not the right contract address, but I can't find it. I found it earlier. Show more? No? Oh, here. Here. This is not the correct contract address for Dazuki, even though this is bad Dazuki. So, yeah. It's tough, right? You have to verify your NFTs. You don't want to buy anything that's a fake, right? And if someone sends you one as a NFT, as an airdrop, it's probably fake, right? And it might lead you to a site that asks you for your 24-word recovery phrase or something silly like that. So anyway, dealing with NFTs is trip. Anyway, and you really have to know about art. I mean, if you just enjoy art, wonderful, right? Buy one that appeals to you. Might be collectible, it might not. But if you're like really in the game and you're looking at what's collectible and isn't collectible, and you're looking, waiting, you find an artist that you know is legitimate, wait for a new drop, that kind of stuff. You have to do your research, buy it on a mainstream site, right? Don't click weird links on Discord chat and that kind of stuff, or Telegram, right? You're just looking for trouble, trying to find deals on like Discord and Telegram, right? But you really, if the way to get to strike while the iron is hot is you have to be on the Discord channel when they make these announcements, but you have to make sure it's the right and true Discord channel of the real people. And a lot of NFTs are what they call rug pulls, where they look legitimate and then they do a mint, and you put down your hard-earned money to mint yourself an NFT. And then as soon as the mint is over, the Telegram and the Twitter and the Discord channels shut down, and no one hears or sees from the developers again. And all these promises that they made about stuff they're going to do down the road just evaporate, and you're left holding basically worthless NFTs, right? It's a very tricky sector to be involved in, right? You really have to know what you're doing, and if you're in there to try to make money, right, to buy a collectible, right? So, but part of that is being able to determine whether an NFT that you want to buy is part of a legitimate collection, right? So if we go to, what were we looking at there? This guy, right? If you want to go Dazuki, right, and you want to buy one, you want to just make sure that it's legitimate, right? If you check him out, right, you just want to make sure that it's one of the legitimate ones with the right address. Anyway, it's just an example. Okay, let's see. Barbara, Mr. David, how are things on the farm? You have chickens. I got to tell you, my wife wants chickens. Anyone here experiencing issues with Coinbase Wallet and Uniswap? Unfortunately, I don't use Coinbase Wallet. When I use Uniswap, I kind of stick to MetaMask, so I haven't noticed anything strange about it. I don't use the Coinbase Wallet extension in my browser either. Yes, I think we can go a little lower, hopefully, especially for the people who don't have much. This could be the year to get 1 BTC or more this year, but you're right, it may drop more. How did you find the NFTs on Matic? They just appeared in my wallet. So if I go over here to the Matic wallet, you can see here they just dropped into my wallet, and they're not showing up right. I don't know what's going on with Ledger Live, but it's not displaying them properly. Let me just log out and log back in. Maybe they'll show up right. They're just dropping into my wallet. My problem is that I've been around a long time. I've been doing this for a while. And I have like donation addresses in my YouTube descriptions from like 2017. I was putting like a Bitcoin donation address and an Ethereum donation address, an XRP donation address, and I never really got much out of those. But it's like every now and then, all of a sudden, there'll be something in one of my wallets. Like I've and I don't question it, because over the years, it might have been like a donation address that I provided somebody, on a YouTube video that I did 3 years ago. I don't know. So, but I mean, most people don't just have like crypto dropping into their wallets unexpectedly, but it happens to me. Not a lot, but I mean, just occasionally I'll like, hey, where'd that come from? I don't know. But these airdrops on the Polygon, they're still not showing up right. But that's it, right? You can see them in your Ledger wallet. And that's how I knew about them, because I saw them in my Ledger wallet. Should be able to see my AVX asset on Ledger Live, stored on AVX wallet via Ledger. Yes, AVX EPS is downloaded in Ledger Manager. I don't believe they have an AVX. Can you add an AVX account in Ledger Live? I didn't think you could. Let's check. So, no, you can't. Right? The only way you can see your AVAX is using a third-party wallet. There's no Ledger Live support for AVAX. There's an AVAX app that you can download in Ledger Manager, but it doesn't work. You can't access the wallet from Ledger Live. There's no account support. Right there. Well, there's an AVAX app, and I have it. Right. But you need an AVAX wallet. So let's see here. We can use MetaMask over on the AVAX C chain, right? And there, you can see now that I have some AVAX in my MetaMask wallet on in my Ledger account, right? There's another Ledger that has more. Or I thought there was. Maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe I don't. May have moved it, right? Let's see. There's also an AVAX wallet, Avalanche wallet. I'm pretty sure maybe I sold all my AVAX. Let me check. Or a big part of it. Yeah. Okay, so if I'm in the Ledger app for AVAX. Oops, there it is. All right. And I go into the Avalanche app. Then I can access the Avalanche wallet using my Ledger device. And I need to export the public keys. There's my derivation path, and I hit both buttons. Oh, and then I got to provide another public key, which is kind of also a little bit weird. Do that twice. Oh, yeah, I think I'm doing this for all. Well, there's 3 Avalanche chains, right? There's the X chain, the P chain, and the C chain. So you can see here that I have 66 on the X chain and 8.9 on the C chain. And my total balance is 75 AVAX, right? But this is a third-party wallet. You can't do this in Ledger Live. You cannot. There is no AVX account support in Ledger Live. You have to look at it either using this AVAX wallet, which is, this is the best wallet for AVAX because you can see all 3 chains, right? But if you want to use like an Avalanche DApp or DeFi website, then you need to use MetaMask, right? So, like, for example, if I want to go over to Trader Joe, which is an Avalanche-based trading site, I need to use MetaMask, right? So I need to get out of the Avalanche app and go into the Ethereum app, because even though it's Avalanche, it's on the EVM, the Ethereum Virtual Machine Network, right? But that only supports Avalanche C chain, right? So we get into Ethereum, we click Connect to Wallet, we say MetaMask, and we have to make sure we're using the right Ledger account, which is this one that has the AVAX in it. Can't seem to get, okay, there. Hit next, connect, and lo and behold, Now I can trade if I want. Should show me a balance here. Maybe. Well, it's not working at the moment. Off again. Disconnect, reconnect. I guess I guess I have to wipe OBS Studio off my computer and start again, but I really don't want to do that because I've spent so much time setting up all these scenes, it'll be a real pain. And if I just pull my scenes right back in again, who knows, it might still be just inheriting the problem back. So the ideal thing to do would be to wipe OBS Studio completely off my computer, reinstall it from scratch, and recreate all my scenes and camera angles and all that junk. Take me about a day, but maybe that's what needs to be done to get rid of this disconnect reconnect issue. Anyway, that's how you interface with AVX on your ledger. Have to use third-party wallet, either MetaMask or the Avalanche wallet. I do not know what is going on with OBS Studio. I swear to God, I am not an amateur at this. I've been live streaming for like 4 years now using OBS Studio. I do not know what the problem is. I have tried so hard to figure out what's causing this. And just still. Oh, man. Wow. Okay. Sorry, guys. Find it hard to focus when I keep seeing that error message popping up. Okay. Mr. David, I'm glad you have chickens in there. It's like herding cats. Or is herding cats like herding chickens? Which came first, herding cats or herding chickens? Right, so no, you cannot see your AVX in Ledger Live. I'm using MetaMask through BAT, B-A-T. When I go to either Unstoppable or OpenSea, I'm not able to connect my wallet to sell domain. Any thoughts? You're using MetaMask through BAT. What does that mean, MetaMask through BAT? I don't understand what that means. When I go to either BAT, Basic Attention Token. When I go to either Unstoppable or OpenSea, I'm not able to connect my wallet to sell domain. Any thoughts? Oh, you're talking about domains. Okay. That's a good one. Let's see. OpenSea. Let's try MetaMask. Well, let me disconnect it. Let's go to, I'm pretty sure that oh, come on. What? Oh, jeez. Okay. Let's go back to Ethereum. Let's go back to, I think this one. Yeah, I believe I have some unstoppable domains on this. So we want to count 3 connected. It wants me to accept and sign. This one is not associated with a Ledger device. It wants me to switch to Ethereum. Okay. Oh, I need to get out of this. Go to my profile. Huh. Okay. Well, that's kind of weird. I thought I had something in here. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Huh. Okay. Let's try Rarible. because I'm pretty sure I have some domains. Ugh. Pfft, okay. All right. If it's not too much trouble. Oh my God. Okay. Why? Okay. Oh my God. Nope. It's not working for me. My OBS Studio keeps disconnecting and reconnecting, and my MetaMask will not allow me to connect. It's just giving me a hard time tonight. It was working, right? It was working before, and all of a sudden it stopped. Could be 1,000 different things. Okay, select my collections instead of profile. Okay. Rarible is just not cooperating with me. Okay, so let's connect wallet. Choose MetaMask. Sign. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, now it wants me to do this. Okay. Okay, whatever. And I could have sworn that I had done this before. Okay, now I go to what? My profile or my collections? Okay. No collections found. Okay. Which is weird because I'm pretty sure that I had something on here. Let's go to OpenSea. I am almost certain that I did. That is really weird. Okay. Let's try switching to a different account. Let's try this guy. Although I'm almost certain that that is not it. Oh, there are a few things on here. But my, yeah, but not the unstoppable domain. I could have sworn that I had it in that one wallet, but I might have the wrong wallet. But I could have sworn I'd seen them before on Rarible. Let's see. Let me switch to this wallet and see what happens. Okay, now this one I'm going to need to sign with the device, right? I can get it done in time to show you what I'm doing. Right, this one I need to. Yeah, that's the one we were at, right? But I know that I had a wallet that had some unstoppable domains in it. And I was pretty sure I had that wallet pulled up, but I guess something's not right anymore, I guess. I gave up on unstoppable domains a while back. It just never worked very well for me. But I have them. Let's try this one. This is also not connected to a device. Oh, jeez. They never used to make you do this either. It used to be all you had to do was connect your wallet and you were done. Yeah, nothing here. It's not this one. I don't know. I'd have to play around with a little more. Sorry, I can't help you with that unstoppable domain thing. Oh, I did want to do something kind of simple, which is basically, I had someone asking me about, they had a Trezor device and they were like, I want to put some link in there. How do I do that? And I said, well, all you need to do is put it in the Ethereum wallet. So, but it's not clear on the Trezor device that it's that simple. So I was thinking we'd try to move some BAT token into my Trezor wallet, so we can kind of kill two birds with one stone, play around on Uphold. Now, the thing about Uphold, let's see, I guess I'll do it from over here, is that it's kind of strange in that I'm pretty sure that there are cryptos that you can buy on Uphold that they will not allow you to withdraw, which is dumb, or it's difficult to withdraw them. I got to get my Uphold two-factor here. Okay, here we go. Oh, what? Okay. Okay, whatever. My God. Why do they make it so hard? I mean, I'm just trying to log into this stupid wallet. Okay. I gotta let this thing scroll over. Okay. All right, you happy now? Okay. All right, so this is the new wallet interface. So I've had people say things like, well, I went to their markets and I bought a crypto, and now how do I withdraw it, right? I think you can buy XRP on here. Yeah. So, but I don't think they will let you withdraw XRP, if I'm not mistaken. So, but let's play around with it a little bit, and let's look at BAT, because I have some BAT token in here, right? We can try to withdraw. Let's withdraw the small one here, right? So from would be from Brave browser, right? This one that has 10. And the max. But the max can be tricky sometimes too. Sometimes the long decimals kind of mess things up. And if you don't leave anything over for fees, it doesn't always automatically calculate the fees properly. So you'll try to do the max and then it'll miscalculate the fees, and then it'll give you a message like not enough funds or something stupid, right? So we'll play it safe. Let's just do 23 BAT. Now 2, right? So I want to put it in my Trezor. So I'm going to open up the Trezor suite, and I'll get out my little Trezor, right? So we're going to disconnect our Ledger. We'll connect our Trezor device. Turn this camera on for you guys so you can see what's going on the Trezor device, wherever it is. Actually, I'm gonna okay. All right, there. So it's kind of a square, right? All right, so first we enter the PIN. All right, it does this verify PIN thing. And then it's going to ask me to verify my labeling, because I changed the name of my wallet from their default, right? So we just like hit that. All right, and so now we're looking at the Trezor suite software. And for accounts, they don't, like when you start a new account, okay, they've got Litecoin, Ethereum Classic, XRP, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold, Dash, Digibyte, Zcash, Dogecoin, Namecoin, Vertcoin, right? So they don't have as many supported coins as Ledger does. Ledger Live supports hundreds of coins. This is a pretty small set of coins. But Ethereum supports all the ERC20 tokens. So if you have an Ethereum account and you have something like Basic Attention Token or Link or Uni or, you know, any of the ERC20 tokens, you can store here. But it doesn't make it clear how you deposit them, right? So if you go to tokens, it just gives me a list of tokens. It doesn't, I can't click on them. I can't really do anything with them. But what I want to do is I want to receive a token into my Ethereum wallet. And the Ethereum wallet is going to know, you know, what kind of token it is when it comes in. So let's hit show full address. All right, it's going to verify that for me, right? Oh, I give up. I'm just not going to stream anymore. I just can't take this anymore. Okay. All right, so all we need to do to get an ERC20 token into our Trezor wallet is to transfer it into the Ethereum address, right? We're done with the device. I copied the address into my clipboard. So let's go back over to Uphold. And now what we want to do is send it to. And here's the tricky part about Uphold, right? If I say, oh, I want to send it to Bitcoin, that may or may not work. XRP, I don't know if that's going to work. It used to say you had to go into utility tokens, but that doesn't work anymore. You have to go down to networks. I don't know why. And then show more. And then go down here to BAT, right? And then, and only then, will it allow me to put in an address, you know, an outside address, right? What just happened? Oh, they're gonna, what? What are they? They're gonna charge me $9? Oh, it is $9. And they are going to charge me a withdrawal fee. So instead of 23, I'm only going to get 18.92, right? I guess. Let's try 22 and see what happens. Okay, right. So they're supposedly calculating all this for me. But if I do max, this hardly ever works right? I'm just going to do 24. All right, so now we're going to be sending that. So let's go preview. Right there. That's where it asks me for that address. Like if I try utility or anything else, I don't get this. It just like I'm like go in circles sending it back to my own account. Right? So let's paste in the address of our Trezor. Right? We'll hit confirm here. All right, it's going to charge me that 4 BAT, right? We'll hit confirm, and I should need my 2-factor again, right? 467 795. That looks good to me. Let's hit that. Off it goes. Okay. And notice my portfolio just went down precipitously by 10% because I moved some coins off. And we can go over here. And now when we're in the Ethereum, we should see some tokens come in. God willing. Oh, there's add token. What do you know? Let's see if it just appears automatically by virtue of the fact that, it did. Right? See, it by virtue of the fact that I sent the BAT to my Ethereum wallet, it appeared in the token list, right? That's how it should be. That's the same thing that happens over on the Ledger too. When you send an ERC20 token to your Ethereum wallet, it magically appears in your list of tokens. You don't have to manually add the token first, although you can sort of do that, right? So if you click here, you could say, let's see, add Huh. Well, that's weird. Enter an ERC20 token contract address. Well, okay. What do they got in there? Okay. So, I mean, like, for example, if you wanted to add uni, right? You'd have to go over here and get the contract address, copy it into your clipboard, and then go over here and paste it in there. And then they should know that that's uni, right? You could do it that way first, and then you'd end up with a zero balance until you move some in there. But all you have to really do is move some in there first, and it will automatically detect it and show it in your token balance, right? Let's do the same thing over in the Ledger with a different token. I bought some ApeCoin on Coinbase Pro. Let's do that Coinbase Pro thing, right? We'll go over to Coinbase Pro. All right. And they're going to say, I think they're going to tell me, hey, you should use the trading tool. It didn't, not this time. Okay, so we'll just go over to Coinbase. Let's log ourselves in here. I was logged in earlier. Okay, I guess I'm still logged in. All right. So you'll notice here that if I go to assets, that I have 3 cents worth of assets, which is basically nothing. And if we go over to Coinbase Pro, we go to portfolios, you can see that I have some assets here, right? Now, what they're telling us is that they're going to be phasing out Coinbase Pro, and that we need to like go over to Coinbase trading tools now, right? So if we go to Coinbase and we go to trade, see here it says transfer your Pro funds. Sometimes they pop up when you first come in, but if it doesn't, then you can always go over here, right? Transfer now. And then it's going to pop up a window that gives me the option of sending all of my assets over to Coinbase from Coinbase Pro. I don't really, and they won't charge me anything. But what I'd rather do is just do the Ethereum, not the ApeCoin. We'll go ahead and just withdraw the ApeCoin from the Pro. But just so you would know, you could withdraw the Ethereum to Coinbase, right? Same window, right? My default, the Ethereum from my default portfolio over to Coinbase. They're not going to charge me anything, and it'll be instant. So we'll hit withdraw, and they're not going to ask me for my 2-factor either. They're just going to do it. All right. And we're done there. And now if I refresh this, it should be less, right? Because the Ethereum is gone. Yeah. I don't know what that is. Okay, that came back up. All right, but if we go over to Coinbase, we should have the Ethereum in there now. If we refresh. Yeah. See, the Ethereum has appeared in our Coinbase account. So now we can trade with it, right? So if we go over here to trade, and we go to Ethereum, we should see all the Ethereum pairs, right? So if I wanted to cash out that Ethereum, trade Ethereum for dollars, I could switch to dark mode. I'll keep it in light mode. What the hell? Right, so I could sell my Ethereum. There, I'm in ETH US dollar. I could sell it at market. My Ethereum, and I guess they'll tell me what it's worth after I do the market, right? Or I could do a limit and do all this stuff, mid, ask, 1%, 5%. I don't know any of this stuff, right? I don't know what the hell is going on here. Can sell little or all or 75%. You know, there's going to be, they're going to charge me 57 cents. You know, or I could do a stop limit. It's just pretty much like Coinbase Pro, but it's like integrated into Coinbase now. But let's go over to Ethereum main. No, let's do Ethereum hidden. It's got more ETH in it. I want to put that ERC20 token in here. So, and as you can see, I don't have any ApeCoin in here at the moment, right? So let's put some in there. And I could say add token and choose ApeCoin, right? Just like that. But all it's really going to do is just generate the Ethereum address for me of this wallet, right? It's the same address that I would get if I went to the Ethereum wallet and said receive, right? It's the exact same address. Doesn't matter, right? That thing they do down there is kind of a courtesy. And it's also a confirmation that you are dealing with an ERC20 token, right? But let's go back over to Coinbase Pro. And I want to make that withdrawal of this ApeCoin. And hopefully I won't get charged too much, right, to a crypto address. And we'll paste in the ERC20 address or Ethereum address of my Ethereum wallet on my ledger. Let's max it out. And okay, they're going to charge me, whoa, half an Ethereum they're going to charge me? What? Or is that ApeCoin? Huh? Okay. Okay. So I think they're talking about an ApeCoin here, which is still not cheap because ApeCoin is like worth 4. Right? Oh, 450. Right? So they're going to charge me $259 for that withdrawal. Okay. I can live with that, I guess. So we'll choose withdrawal, and then we need to enter our 2-factor for Coinbase. And hit withdraw 8. And that should go from Coinbase to my Ethereum wallet. Okay, and there it goes. Right, and then you can go to withdrawals and look at your status, right, pending. All right, and we can go back over to the Ledger wallet and just wait. And it should just add ApeCoin to my list of tokens when it comes in. I still don't understand why OBS Studio keeps disconnecting me. Okay. All right. I'll have to play around with it next week. Actually, next week, I'm going to be out of town. So I may or may not do my live stream from Traverse City. We're going up there for the Cherry Festival next week. But I will bring my laptop with me, so I might. But last year, my wife told me she didn't want me to do the live stream when we were on vacation, which makes sense. So I may not do the live stream next week. Oh, there's the ApeCoin, right? It showed up at the bottom, right? Just came in, right? It's not totally confirmed yet, but it is in my wallet now, right? I don't know that ApeCoin is going to go back to where it was before, but I remember when it just came out and I didn't buy it and I watched helplessly as it kept mooning every day. and I was really angry at myself for not buying it. It has lost like 85% of its all-time high, so I'm just going to buy some, right? That's why I bought it, purely on emotion. Don't be like me. All right. Yeah, I cannot believe that I keep getting disconnected. This is just really frustrating. I just don't understand it. I've got the fastest internet connection money can buy. I have all of the advanced tools of a streamer. I have 4 years of experience live streaming. I just don't understand why OBS Studio keeps disconnecting me. It's just so frustrating. Cherry Festival. Oh, good stuff. Yeah. Oh, and the cherries in Traverse City are so good. Cherry season in Michigan lasts through the month of July. That's pretty much it. Starts in July, ends July 31st. In August, it's hard to find fresh cherries after that. I don't know, you might still get some from Washington or whatever, but no. The whole when I was up there, I was talking to one of the cherry farmers, and I was asking him what is the deal with why are cherries? I really just don't get it. Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. I guess I'm just going to have to reinstall OBS Studio, wipe all my data, and start from scratch. I've tried everything else, trying adjusting my bit rate and whatever, my streaming rate, to no avail. Followed all the instructions. I can't make it stop. My modem is fine. My internet connection is fine. OBS Studio is just not giving me any love. So embarrassing for someone like me that's into tech to have this problem, not be able to figure it out. Just really frustrating. Okay. Don't worry, it's not going to make me commit suicide or anything. There's more important things in life. But it is frustrating. Use your phone and show off my NFT from your message. How many packets sent? Maybe OBS is updating their servers. I don't know. OBS Studio is just behaving weird. It's telling me I'm at 60 FPS and at 4,500 KBS, and it's kind of fluctuating between 45 and 46, sort of back and forth. And it's got a green square, which indicates that it has a very good connection. And wow. Okay. Now it says no data. First it said excellent connection. Now it says excellent connection. So I don't know. Like I said, I've been using OBS Studio for years to do this live stream. Never had any problems with it. Here in Michigan for like a year and a half, 2 years I've been live streaming and never had a problem. And then a couple months back, just started, it won't end. So I don't know. Maybe my ISP is throttling my data. Maybe YouTube is throttling my data. Maybe the Ukrainians or the Russians are throttling my data. I don't know what's going on, but I can't do a decent live stream anymore without OBS Studio acting up on me. Anyway, I was trying to tell you the cherry story. I'm going to finish my cherry story if it kills me. In here. Okay. Okay. This is Trevor City, Michigan. As you can see, it's at the very tip of the mitten, right? And most of the a lot of the cherries are grown here on this Mission Peninsula. This is like cherry country. And over here too. And as most of you know, a lot of cherries are grown in Washington, right? Along the coast. So I was asking one of the cherry orchard farmers over there, why is this climate and this geography so good for cherries? And he told me that the deal is that the lake effect keeps it cold through the spring. So if the cherries were inland, you wouldn't have that lake effect. So like on a warm spring day, like in January, or well, let's just say February or early March, if it got warm enough, then the cherry trees would start blooming. And then in a week or two or a few weeks, it got cold again, it would kill them, right? So the ideal climate it has to stay cold through the spring, all the way until like April and May. And only then can the cherry safely start to flower without being in danger of another frost coming in. And that's what this lake effect does, is it keeps it cold enough through April and May so that the cherry trees don't start flowering too soon. And I guess that's why Washington State also grows a lot of cherries. They have that same climate, right? They're close to the coast and the lake or the ocean effect, and they're far north enough so that it keeps it cold long enough so that they don't flower too early and get wiped out by like a late freeze, right? So that's why the cherries in Trevor City are so good, right? Trevor City is the cherry capital of the world, if you didn't know that. Okay. Once again, guys, I am so sorry about my OBS Studio issue. I really am just flabbergasted. I have tried troubleshooting and changing my settings. I don't know why it keeps disconnecting and reconnecting. But anyway, if I stream next week, it'll be on my laptop, completely different computer. Maybe it'll work fine. I don't know. I'm assuming it's some kind of environmental issue with my computer configuration or my software configuration, or my OBS has become corrupt or something. I don't know what it is, but it's really frustrating. I apologize. Anyway, enough. I guess I don't know that I got to everything we were going to do tonight. Oh, I was going to do Google, right? I was going to Google myself, show you guys what happens when that. And I found something somewhat distressing. First of all, like my Twitter, that's fine. My YouTube channel, my Instagram, my Odyssey account, and then this Reddit. Anyone knows what happens to Rex Knisley? Those of you know that in like April and May of 2021, they took my channel down for like 36 days. And so some people were asking about it on Reddit. And somebody said, maybe it might have something to do with him sitting traps. I think he means setting traps. It might have something to do with him setting traps in his videos. So the viewers watching his videos can make mistakes and send their hard-earned money to the CryptoDad hard wallet instead of yours because he is using live barcodes on numerous videos. Right? The reason that I use live barcodes on my videos is because I am showing you step by step from beginning to end how to do a transfer. I've watched a lot of other videos where the guy will go, okay, so in order to do a transfer, you go to your exchange and then you get the address of your wallet and you transfer it. That's all well and good, but I want to show you step by step, and I want to actually do it so that you can see it happening in front of your eyes, and I'm moving it from one place to another. You can see it leaving and you can see it showing up in my wallet. I want you to see the entire process. In doing that, especially when I'm doing live, yes, I'm showing you my own address. Yes, that is my address. I'm not asking you to send crypto to my address. Sometimes I use the QR code. I am not asking you to send me your crypto. And I'm assuming that you're intelligent enough not to send your crypto to my wallet. Right? It has happened. People have accidentally sent me crypto. Interestingly enough, it is usually people using crypto.com. I don't know why, but it has happened. And generally, what they'll do is contact me and say, hey, CryptoDad, I accidentally sent you some ADA. And I will go over to my ADA wallet and I will look in my ADA wallet and I will see, yes, I see that you did accidentally send me ADA. And then I will send the ADA back to them. It happened, I think, at least two, maybe three times. And every single time I asked them to give me their crypto.com account so that I could send it back to them and confirm that it was them, right? So I needed their crypto.com email address and their phone number so that I could put them in my list and send it back to them. Right? Because if you try to send it back directly to the address it came from, it won't go to them. It'll go to crypto.com servers. All right? But yes, it has happened. But I am not a scammer. I'm not trying to steal people's money by showing you my public QR codes. But I had somebody else that he sent me, and he's down here. He's at the very bottom here. He talks about how I robbed him of his Ethereum because he sent it to my address instead of his address. And he gives the transaction hash, right? So if you go to the transaction hash and look at the to address where he sent it, you'll see that he did in fact send me his Ethereum, 0.999 Ethereum, on this date, whatever date that was. 8/1 of 2021. And you will also see that within 24 hours, I sent it right back to the address it came from. Now, normally I would have maybe contacted him and worked it out with him and got his crypto.com account. But I didn't, at the time, I didn't know, I had not confirmed that it was from a crypto.com account. All I knew was some gentleman sent me one Ethereum or close to one Ethereum by mistake to my Ethereum wallet. And before I even had a chance to see it come into my wallet, I saw him in the comments calling me a thief and a liar and a scammer, and really made me upset. So I foolhardily just sent it straight back to the address he sent it from. Unfortunately, that was not his Ethereum wallet. That was his Crypto.com account. So it did not go back to him immediately. It went back to Crypto.com. Well, I happen to know them pretty well because I've been working with them for a long period of time. And over the course, it took a while. I had to contact them, explain what happened, give them his address, my address, the transaction hash, had to go through all this stuff. And they finally, and I told him, because he was communicating with me, the original guy that accidentally sent the Ethereum, that I was sending it back to Crypto.com and that he needed to contact Crypto.com and tell them who he was and blah, 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 and they would give him his Ethereum back. And it took a really long time, and he finally got his Ethereum back. And after that, I didn't hear a peep out of him. Not a thank you, nothing. But during that time, he repeatedly sent me threatening Twitter DMs and Twitter messages and posted on forums that I was a criminal and all this stuff because he sent his crypto to me by mistake. So anyway, I will continue to do my videos. I will continue to show you my clear QR codes because when I blur things, it makes it confusing. When I try to, I hate blurring, but I do have to blur my own private information. But if I don't have to blur it, I'm not going to blur it so you guys can see what's going on. And yes, sometimes you will see my QR codes. And the majority of people in this world do not send me their crypto by accident. It's only happened a few times. So just because a few people have accidentally sent me crypto does not mean that I'm a thief. Let's see. What else did they say about me? That was just a thing. And then there's another site over here, Facebook. This is not me. I don't have a Facebook account. Somebody set this up pretending to be me. Works at crypto.com. I like this one. Went to Southfield High School, class of 2011. I graduated high school in like 1979, 1980. I'm old, man. 2011. That's not me. Let's see. What else? Who else? Property management. I did used to manage an apartment in Sherman Oaks. And I did used to have like a consulting service. I used to go to people's houses and stuff. So some of these might be legit. But there was another one too that was, I looked at it earlier. I did not write this book. Anyway, I got a little over. Crypto Hive Mind is 100% behind you, Rex. Keep being you, sir. Thank you, Crypto Hive Mind. I appreciate it. Yeah. Don't stop, Dad. You cannot stop stupid. That's right. You can't. I was watching your video on dusting in Binance and found it's now out of date. Now it's convert small balances button in BNB. Just thought I would let you know. Yeah, I mean, I can't even get into Binance anymore. They blocked access to anyone in the US. So, I mean, there's not much I can do. And plus, there are videos that I posted in 2017 and 18 that are like horribly out of date. But when I delete videos that, especially videos with a lot of views, it affects my metrics. So I kind of have to accept the fact that I have out of date videos on my channel, but I don't want to, if I went back through and deleted every obsolete video, I'd be deleting videos from like 1 year back or 6 months back constantly. And that would gravely affect my metrics and my total views and everything else. So in order to keep my YouTube channel in good standing and, good earnings and everything, I kind of have to leave those old videos up, even though they're outdated. So a lot of times I'll get people that make a comment on, and I get the comments, right? I get alerted. They'll say, oh, this is way out of date. And I'll go, yeah, well, I have another one, and that's, more recent, and I'll send them a link. But yeah, I don't take down my old out-of-date videos because of that, right? It's a selfish reason. What if you altered the title to the old vids but left them up? I could do that, right? That's true. I could do that. Maybe say something like outdated or something. Maybe I could do that. That would also require effort. Yeah. It's hard enough just, putting up new videos, I mean, this is not a full-time gig for me like it is for some people. Maybe I'd make more money if it was, but I just do this when I feel the urge. I try to stay at it, but it's not a full-time gig for me. But yeah, I could think of maybe doing that. There are a lot. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging in there with me. Binance US does not have that feature of gathering your dust. I believe there's probably some sort of US regulation against that. So yeah, the collect your dust thing is only on Binance. I don't think it's on Binance US. All right. Anyway, I'm going to sign out for you guys. It's good to see you again. I may or may not do my live stream next week while we're in Traverse City, but you never know. We might be back at the hotel, and I might be just hanging out with the laptop, so I might check in with you guys. So we'll see. Don't forget, I do this every Saturday, but maybe not next Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me again for the live stream from Michigan, where you can throw out questions, and I'll do my best to get them answered. Hope to see you there. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me, and hope to see you again soon.